Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Anonymous, and in this channel we talk about gang stalking, we talk about manipulation, we talk about perceptions, and I also share with you my experiences with gang stalking. In this video, I want to share with you yesterday's experience at work. In addition to that, I want to share with you what I have finally found about gang stalking. I have actually found a way to defeat it. And you wouldn't believe how to defeat gang stalking, because it is something that appears to be so big, so illogical. However, the way that I fought it yesterday, and the results from the fight that I had yesterday literally is the only thing that has actually improved my situation. It's the only thing that has remained consistent, regardless of how
the right lane to take exit 9B to
regardless of how bad things in gang stalking have gotten. This is the only thing that has actually ameliorated the gang stalking situation in every way, shape, and form. And what I had to do to understand this was literally learn and understand how your mind creates perceptions, how your mind connects sounds with words, with sensations, with the images in your head, with thoughts. The reason that I never thought about this, that it never occurred to me that this was the reason that how everything worked, is because you wouldn't believe how fast your brain changes. Your brain adapts new perceptions continuously throughout the entire day, immediately, literally immediately. Like, it's really, really insane how little it takes to change your perceptions. And listen, physiologically, I am nothing special. I'm just a normal dude. And because I have only had one brain, and this is the only brain that I will have, and it is my brain that has gone through gang stalking for so long, this is the only reason that I cannot tell you. I do not know if it's normal for brains to adopt perceptions that fast. I'm pretty sure it's normal though, but the thing is that gang stalking, literally is changing your perceptions continuously. It changes how your mind perceives reality. And because of the continuous changes in perception, I feel that my brain has literally, I'm not sure if it has always been like that, or if it was the conditioning from the gang stalking that has made my brain to adopt perceptions really fast. But it's freaking insane. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Now, first, I'm going to tell you why I know this is the truth. So, as you know, I have been saying a mantra, or several mantras, for days, for like 7 days. I have been repeating these these mantras in my mind. Even when I am encountering a person who's being extremely annoying. So I have noticed that whenever I'm encountering this person, whenever I'm supposed to feel annoyed, my coworkers make a loud bang, boom, somewhere, or cough, or jingle their keys. That happens when the emotion comes up. Now, because I have been saying these mantras in my mind, whenever a person has been trying to annoy me, psychologically, I'm not annoyed. So like, I'm actually not annoyed by what these people are doing, because I'm not thinking about it. I'm thinking about my mantras. Now, I notice that whenever I'm with a customer, my coworkers just do a bang, unnecessary sounds, banging, coughing, and when nothing was happening, I noticed that they were like thrown off. Also, I noticed that even though my mind was somewhere else, I had a physiological reaction to the sounds, to the mantras. I mean, to the bangs, to the coughs, to the freaking jingling of the keys. Like, my body felt the panic, my body felt the anxiety, but my mind didn't. So, if you have been following my channel, you know that in the very beginning, I shared with you the thing where I would feel a knot on my throat, where there would be a person would make me feel this anguish, and whenever the anguish, I would feel the anguish, someone would make a bang sound, you know, and I told you guys that it would feel like the banging sound would pull up the emotion, the image. So that time that I shared with you that is because that was the getting the target ready. That was the conditioning. So my body is trained to feel an emotion when I hear these sounds, these bangs. So I noticed that whenever I'm helping a customer, if a customer says a word like charged or starter, or it's just doing anything that is supposed to annoy me, but you know, or whenever I'm like in a good mood and I don't see anything of the gang stalking signs or anything, when I don't see it, my coworkers is when they start banging, making sounds, or coughing, or jingling their keys. So when a person does that, when a customer says a word, and my coworkers make the bang or whatever, I thought it would get me angry, and then I would like, boom, the software, the programming would kick in, and I would be like in a zone, and I would be in a trance for most of my shift. And the only reason that I found this was because I was saying my mantras. But here's the kicker. Now, it's been a couple of days, right? And guess what are the voices saying in my head whenever I hear a sound, a bang, a jingling of the keys? Guess what thought comes up? The mantras that I was saying. The mantras that I was saying in my mind got connected to the physiological emotion, to the bangs, to the sounds. I am literally reprogramming my mind unknowingly to not think of the annoyance of think of the mantras. I'm amazing. And all of this mantra stuff. So my mind thinks that whenever my body feels the anguish, so I literally start hearing the voices saying my mantras whenever a coworker makes a sound. So this makes a lot of sense. It explains everything. That's why my coworkers are always making clicking sounds with their pens, making banging sounds. They're placing things. They are placing things like stocking the store very loudly, unnecessarily loud. Like I think, whenever I'm face fronting or whenever I'm putting things away, I'm like, I am never that loud. Why are they making so much noise? And it didn't make sense. And the thing is that when you're catching on to them, they start making random sounds with random words. So you wouldn't know. So, in the beginning, with gang stalking, I'm honestly not sure how they managed to have a voice talking shit to me. So that's all the voice was doing. Like for weeks. But I noticed. So when the voice was talking shit to me, I was like walking outside, right? And I would hear the ambient noises. I would see the headlights. I would hear everyone around me would make banging sounds. They would like move around and then fucking bang their feet. And and that was when the people around me were doing a lot of the gang stalking signs. The moving the hand around. And guess what? My mind was recording everything. It was recording what the voice was saying to me. And then it was connecting it to the sounds, to the things that the people did, to the things that the people said, to the words they said. So my mind was literally recreating my perception to when I was out and about and I would hear a car drive by. It would connect to what was being said at that time by the voice. So the voice would that's why the voices at random times say things. That's how it works. Because the perception of your reality is literally being modified. So when I'm awake, my mind is in a recording mode. It literally is in a recording mode. So if you're a target, you can literally turn your life around. And no matter, you have a superpower that gang stalkers have given you. I'm not sure if it's normal for people's perceptions to change this fast. But the programming at work, now I know when it's taking place. Because of the past 7 days that I have been saying the mantras, when I'm at work, all the voices that I was hearing, all the sounds, everything that was happening just stopped. The shadows, all of that stopped. I realized that my coworkers would do things and they would hide behind the curtain, and they would like laugh so that I would be thinking, there's my coworker, he's behind the curtain. And then they would talk when they would see, whenever they would think that I would be seeing that. So what happens is that whenever I would have the suspicion of someone being behind the curtain, my mind would create a voice of someone behind the curtain. That's why in the beginning there were people actually behind my car swaying it. Now and then that's why there were people talking in the back of my car. Because whenever I would feel my car move, whenever I would have the suspicion of someone being behind, whenever I had the suspicion of someone being behind my car, I would feel like my car would start to shake, as if someone was hiding in a corner swaying my car, which would lead to me believing that there were people behind my car. And when I would have that belief or that thought, my brain would start creating conversations of people behind me. So that's it. That's the secret of gang stalking. Is that the initial harassment is literally reformulating your perceptions. So, and now I have an understanding of how perceptions are made, because I was changing them. And man, they were changing fast. So when a couple of days ago I was at work, and I had just gotten out of the trance. I woke up and you know, the noises, the bangs that my coworkers were making, it was one-dimensional. And by that I mean I couldn't get a sense of what was the sound that I was hearing, what was the item that was being banged, what was producing that sound. And my mind couldn't deduce where the sound was coming from. So all the sounds, all the voices were flat. They were flat. The only voices or the only sounds that I could hear that they were coming from somewhere, were the sounds that were the voices that popped up whenever I would see someone. I will tell you in another video how they do that, how that happens. But my mind also began creating voices when I would see a person. And that's why I would think that my coworkers were whispering. Because whenever I would see a coworker, I would hear, what the fuck? And they always did that when they were walking by me, or whenever they would be behind me. They would literally just say that, what the fuck? So whenever that repeated, my mind would create the voice. And the thing is that the voice was not necessarily of that person. It was just a whisper. Now, so The reason that I couldn't, that every other sound didn't have my mind couldn't deduce where the sound was coming from, was because I had lost, my mind didn't have any type of perception of the sound because it was changed. Because whenever I would hear the sound, it would pull up a thought, it would pull up an image or a sensation on my body. But that was it. My mind stopped, it replaced what a sound typically means, what a sound typically does to your mind. So, for example, if you hear, I heard a shopping cart, right? But I couldn't bring an image of the shopping cart. And I didn't have any idea where it was coming from. Like all the sounds, regardless of where they were around me, they sounded the same. But I was working, right? And then I saw the shopping cart, and I swear to God, I felt my brain take a snapshot of the car, of the shopping cart, the color, everything, and how it sounded when it was like, where it was like being pushed. Like I felt the vibration in one ear, and then how the vibration swapped from one ear to the other. And guess what? The next time that I heard the shopping cart again, I didn't have the emotion. I didn't have an image. The image that the gang stalkers had put on there, or that I had put on there, nor the thought that I had initially. What was in my mind, it was the image of the shopping cart, and the sound was replaced with where it was, and then the sensation in my heart, in my throat, because it was a sound that I was conditioned to. I think I stopped feeling it. There was no emotion or anything related to it because my mind decided, oh, there's no danger when I hear the sound, so everything is fine. And this began happening with everything, when coworkers were placing things on the shelves. You know, my body recorded a snapshot of the item, and it recorded the location. So now whenever I heard the thought, guess what? There was no other image. It was the image of someone placing a thing on the counter. If your mind doesn't know what is making a particular sound, where it's coming from, your brain will fill in the blank with an image of its own, with its latest, its earliest and most recent perception of it. And this is the thing. The thing is that because your mind is constantly taking in snapshots and sounds and ideas, your brain is literally recording everything around you all the time. So whenever I would be at work, and and my coworkers would begin like making banging sounds, noises, anything, my mind would literally go in a trance, having the emotions. It would get stuck, feeling the emotions, having the memories with the ambient sound. That's why one would go into a trance. However, because I have been replacing all the gang stalking information with beautiful thoughts and beautiful images, I will still go in a trance. But it was in the trance and it was pulling out the images and the thoughts that I had been replacing everything with, that I have been filling up my mind with, all the amazing images. So I still get connected, but I get connected to messages that I'm amazing, of positive things. And guess what? I feel like a fucking champion. I feel incredible. The fact that I have this understanding, and the fact that my mind is so malleable, is the best thing. So the thing that gang stalkers do not want you to know, the thing that gang stalkers have that you don't, is the knowledge of how perception is actually put together by your brain. Whenever I see headlights, or whenever I see a red light, I don't think of gang stalking anymore. I think of me. A beautiful image of me pops up in my head. So yeah, pretty much gang stalking gives TIs a superpower, but TIs don't know how to use it. And I'm sure this is not only to TIs. I'm sure that is how everyone's brain works, because my brain is nothing different. But my perceptions have been pushed so much around that they just record things like it takes only a day. Now it only takes only a day for my coworkers to reprogram me. That's all it takes, guys. Now that I understand how perception works, I don't feel like I'm followed anymore, because I changed my thoughts. I changed the thoughts that I had whenever a certain situation would come up. I have won the battle. This guys, this is how you ruin the gang stalker's game. You take the powers that they give you and you use them to help you. In my next video, I will explain to you how the perceptions are made, how your brain processes and creates new perceptions. And also, I will show you. Well, yeah, and I will show you how to pretty much use the world around you to make you a total unstoppable badass. So, guys, thank you so much for accompanying me in this crazy adventure. Just know that the goal of this channel is to ruin the gang stalker's game, to literally beat gang stalking. And we finally got there. If you're a TI, it's gonna take like a week for you to change your entire perception of the world. And it's so easy. It's so easy. You can change the perception of yourself in a couple of days. So remember that the goal of this channel is to ruin the game of gang stalking and to finally show how gang stalking is real. to spread the word of gang stalking. So please guys, like and share the video, my channel, and guys, I can literally teach you how to change the perception of yourself. I can teach you how to be out and about and use sounds to remind you how amazing you are. Of using how to use the world around you to actually make you wanna do something. I stopped smoking. Because I trained myself to look at a cigarette, or whenever I have a thought of a cigarette, I look at it and I literally just think to myself, I don't like smoking. It's gonna mess up my teeth. I don't like smoking. And then I keep replaying, me holding the cigarettes. I don't like smoking. And guess what? 7 days, boom, I have no cravings. Guess what else? Hooking up on Grindr. Hooking up on Sniffies. Every time I think of the app, every time I see the app, I see the freaking logo, I just have to think to myself, I hate this. I hate hooking up online. I do not like meeting new people. And then I just think of the negative experiences that I had, and I just keep doing that. And guess what? 3 days, I have no interest. Maybe even less. The cigarettes, I was able to just get out of that craving in 1 day. And I have no trouble. I had like a little bit of a craving, but that's it. All I do is just whenever I have the craving, I think I don't like smoking, I hate cigarettes, I don't like smoking, it's gonna sting my teeth. And boom! That's it. So, thank you guys for watching. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.